It can be difficult keeping the conversation going with dementia residents, and it can feel sometimes that you're the one making all the effort, and it's exhausting. And it's important to change this dynamic, because otherwise what happens is you become worn out, it's too difficult to sustain, and you give up giving the support and you don't visit as much, which is what we don't want to happen. Now, dementia residents, the other side of the equation, the other person does need to make an effort, some sort of an effort, even if they're not able to speak well, even if they're not speaking at all. The one glorious thing that they can do is give eye contact and respond in kind. And you can encourage your mother. Come on, mum, look at me, engage, show some interest in your eyes, even if you're not speaking. I know you're with me. Make a bit of an effort. And she will. She'll appreciate this as support, and she'll appreciate your input, and she will definitely appreciate you encouraging her. Because the thing is, dementia residents need encouragement. They really do. They've lost a lot of confidence. They're often depressed, low and flat, and they need to be buoyed up, encouraged to be given that confidence to make an effort to communicate. And of course, in communication, to keeping the communication going, it's very limited. I mean, it's not exactly conversation. I mean, with the residents that I worked with, I think there were two. I know. There were two, one woman, former school teacher, very articulate, and a former army officer. They were very articulate and would initiate conversation without prompting. So, oh no, there was another guy, sorry. Look, less than a handful, put it that way, of people in dementia residents who I've met who can sustain conversation fluently, but with encouragement, definitely, at least half could with the place where I worked. So when I say conversation, I just mean even a one-liner is a conversation. In a sense, there was one particular resident where I worked, and she was quite pivotal to the group because she was very bright, gave great ideas, and it was really important to have her input. But when I used to go into her room, she'd say about 50% of the time, "You won't mind, dear, will you? I just need to lie down." And it would be like a good half hour. Now, the thing is, if I interrupted her in her sleep, she'd just become aggressive, and it was a waste of time. So I had to wait. But I did hold her to account, because she said that every time I visited her, she made this pact with me that every time I visited her, she would speak one line. It could take quite some time to get that one line, but when I got the one line with her, she was insightful and astute. And she used to say often, "Oh, I don't want to speak all the time." And it was just like one line per conversation on her part and much on mine. But it was a start. And her conversation actually really did pick up. It improved markedly. So the thing is, in getting the conversation going, you just need one line. Actually, you only need one or two words, because you know that if the person can speak one or two words, they can speak 4, 6, 8, on it can go. Now, with the workshops that I did, similarly, when I first started, the residents were very shut down and shut off. No conversation. Practically for the first year that I worked there, nothing. It really took such a long time to get things going. But once it started moving, it was great. And it accelerated, actually. So at the start, I'd just say everyone has to speak at least one or two words. A sentence is best. And I'll write it up on the whiteboard so you can all see it and read it, and we can discuss it, with whatever topic we were doing. And in that way, it encouraged the residents to speak. It gave them confidence. They encouraged each other. You know, they'd read what was up on the board. "Yes, that's a good point. That's great. Good that you said that." And from there, it all built up. So I've written about this in The Resident's Rise, the resident's voice, good reading, positive reading, intentionally, on Amazon. Everything in the description below. Thank you for your looks and views and subscriptions. Thanks.